Hello, folks. Happy Monday, March 30th. Just getting my props ready here. Yeah, I got props this time. I'm going to give a couple of minutes for people to join in, and then I'm going to explain to you why I'm installing better locks. I had a few people message me after my story yesterday because I posted on my story that I was installing these door stoppers, and it was a mixed response. There was a bunch of people there was like two people that were like, "How do I get those? Where do I get those? I want those." And then there was a couple of people that were like, "What? Why the hell are you installing these things on your house? Do you think there's going to be armed robbers roving through Strathroy trying to break into people's houses?" And then one or two people were like, kind of in the middle. They were just kind of like, "Oh, what is that for? Is that so nobody can steal your coronavirus supplies?" As a joke. So I mean, the reaction was totally all over the place. And if I guess let me show you the picture of this thing so that you can see what I'm talking about. So I got these things, the door stoppers, and you install them on your door to have a little bit more security. And if you can see right here, I actually placed this order March 2019. So it's a coronavirus handyman job I'm doing right now. But I'm going to explain to you the logic as to why I'm installing these better doors and locks. So I don't think there's going to be armed bandits roaming the streets because of coronavirus, but the statistics show that about 85% of petty crime happens by desperate people who are down on their luck. And these are people who may have lost their job, there's no work available for them, and they just want to feed their family, or they're just desperate. Their life has gotten to a place where they're willing to break into someone's house to eat, basically, to steal something so they can sell it to eat. So do you want to be the easy target for somebody who, let's say in 3 months' time, okay, so Trudeau is giving $2,000 a month for most people right now for, soon, for about 4 months to try to stop the economic hurt of the coronavirus, right? What if that's not enough to stop a real deep recession? So I'm just thinking in general, it's a good idea to make it so that your house is not an easy target for someone to break in, because most criminals, petty criminals that are just breaking into houses, they're going to be down on their luck. They're just regular people that were kind of driven to desperate measures of breaking into someone's house, and they're not sophisticated cat burglars or anything. For the most part, like the significant majority of someone that's going to break into a house is going to be they're going to have a hammer or like a lock pick or something like that, and they're going to try to just get in, or they're just going to try an open door. But the stats show that about 5% of burglaries were an unlocked door. Now, I come from Nova Scotia, and I grew up in like group housing and low-income housing and stuff in Nova Scotia, and we never locked our doors. Our car doors were always unlocked. It was like I would sometimes get woken up in bed by some stranger. "Hey, bye, is your brother home?" Like, I've never seen this guy before in my life. He's like in my house, so I come from a totally different area, and then I moved to Strathroy, Ontario, where it's like a middle-class sort of upbringing here. Everybody locks the doors when they leave, and everybody's car doors are locked. So I didn't grow up in the Maritimes with locking doors, so this was totally new for me. It was actually pretty hilarious. I had like random people roaming through my house quite a bit, and like dogs coming in the house and stuff like that sometimes. So yeah, this is new for me. But I'll tell you what this got started with last year. I was browsing Instagram, and I saw an ad on Instagram for a lockpick kit. And they were like, "Do you want to learn a new skill? Learn how to pick locks?" And I was like, "Sure, Instagram, I'll buy a lockpick kit. Why not?" And it came with these little see-through locks, so you can practice your lock picking. So, I got a couple of these see-through locks here, where you can practice your lock pick skills. And I got it, and the instructions were Chinese, so I couldn't even read them. The instructions, I kid you not, it was totally all Chinese, and the side that was English was like half English, half Chinese, broken English. So the instructions were useless, and I picked this thing up expecting it was going to be really hard to pick a lock, but it was actually insanely easy to pick a lock. Now, I'm going to try to live demonstrate picking a lock. I haven't touched this kit in like 6 months, so if I screw up, that's going to be embarrassing, but I remember it being extremely easy to pick the lock. You just kind of stick that thing in the, where are we at here? You stick that thing in there, and you like just jiggle around inside with the thingy. Oh, see there, look, I picked it. I picked the lock in like 2 seconds. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm not a locksmith. I'm just a dude. So then I started thinking, okay, this must be a gimmick lock. This has to be just like, okay, they send you this lock that's like a fake lock so that you feel good about yourself. So I went and bought some real locks on Amazon. I was like, okay, I'm going to test this out and see if you can pick real locks just as easy. And this was like a $20 lock. This was a good lock. So let's see how easy it'll be to pick this lock. Okay, it's locked, right? I'm pretty sure it's going to be just as easy as the other one. You just stickle it in. You stickle it in, and you jiggle. Hold on. It's hard to do this while I'm trying to show, too. Well, actually, you don't need to see that. Let me just do this. You stick it in. You don't really got to know what you're doing. And you just jiggle away at it. And eventually, it'll come out, I think. Hey, Aaron, what's up? Stacy's watching. I got 11 people now watching me try to do parlor tricks here. Try to pick locks. I swear I used to be able to get this pretty easily. Well, hold on. Give me some likes if you think that I'm going to be able to do it. And laugh at me if you think that I'm kind of like not going to be able to do it. Okay, I'm going to get a different tool because clearly that one wasn't working. And I'm going to flip this thing around, whatever the hell that'll do. And I'm just going to jab at this somewhere. Let me try this one. This looks like a nice tool. Looks like a fancy tool. So I'm going to try some other picks. No, that one's not right. Let's try this one. Lock picking 101. So let's try this one. It's got a hook on it. Oh, that looks like it's going to work. Oh, there we go. I picked it. And I'm not a lock pick. So locks are easy to pick. And I could demonstrate. I ended up going crazy and buying a whole bunch of locks because I was like, this has got to be in. So anyways, I got a whole bunch of locks. I'm a tool. Aaron says I'm a tool. Yeah, I'm a lockpick tool. So when I realized how easy it was to pick locks, I'm like, I'm going to increase the security on my doors because if some idiot like me can just pick up these little thingy, jingle it in there and it can unlock your door, that's not very good. So I ended up trying to look into getting better locks. And then there was like a $300 deadbolt that is like, you can't bump it, you can't pick it. It's got like titanium inside of it and all this stuff. It's like the best lock you can get for residential doors. But then I realized that there's a little 1/4-inch piece of pine on the door jamb that holds the entire $400 lock that you're going to get together. So there's like a 1-inch piece of 1/4-inch wood that is holding that precious lock in. So what's in that mug? It's just Bitcoins is in this mug. That's why I'm putting the locks on my doors. Just kidding. I don't have any Bitcoins in my house. They're all in multi-signature stored across the world. And I lost them all in a boating accident. I actually don't have any Bitcoins anymore. So anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah. So you get a really expensive lock, and then the petty criminal, can just kick your door open. You can Google this afterwards if you want, but so pretty much every single North American door is one kick away from entry, because there's just a little 1-inch piece of pine that, if the criminal didn't get this Amazon lockpick, then the Instagram ad for the lockpick, then he also has a foot, so he can boot the door open, and it's really easy to boot the door open. So what you want to do is harden your doors and windows. So that thing that I bought, I'll show it to you again. It's $30 for 2, and it's just a door jamb. It's a door stopper. So you put that door stopper on your door, and then it distributes the force of a kick through multiple points in the door. So it's not just that 1/4 inch piece of wood. Now you put one at the top, and that should be enough for or actually one on the bottom where a foot's gonna go. If someone's gonna kick it, you want to have it like distributed load between the lock and this stopper. And then that will pretty much stop anybody for $30. I mean, that's the easiest thing you can do. Now, because I got a little bit into like reading about the crime statistics and all that after I started realizing I can pick locks like in 5 seconds. It's so easy. Maybe for the new people joining, I should do it again. I should show people how easy it is to pick a lock. It's kind of fun. And if anybody wants my lock pick set, just give me a DM. I'll let you play with it. Look at this. So easy to pick a lock. You do that. And then you do this. Oh, you can't see? Okay. Forget it. I did it already. I'm not going to do it again. I did it already. So anyways, you want to install these door stoppers because it's not because coronavirus is gonna cause roaming bandits, like gangs of bandits coming from Detroit all the way up the 401 to Strathroy, or desperate Toronto people because their $1 million house just got devalued to $700,000, so now they're going to turn into petty criminals and start breaking into middle-class houses in Strathroy. I don't think that's what's going to happen, but I do think that there's going to be a certain percentage of people that will get desperate, and they already kind of like figure, what do I got left to lose, because their situation's going to get so bad because of losing their job and all that stuff, that they will turn to petty crime. It's just a fact of life. So if you would consider getting yourself a home security system, then get one of these. I mean, sure, if someone breaks in and the security alarm goes off, that's great, but why would you want to have them break in anyways? Take measures to harden your doors and windows so that your locks are stronger and that they won't be able to break in the first place, because the significant majority of break-ins and petty criminals are going to be going house to house to look for easy entry. And if you're easy entry, they're going to come in, and the stats are that like the average person gets broken into in the middle of the day, and the loss is like $2,700 or something like that. And like there's rumors going around here in Strathroy where I live that there's this young guy that got caught with a knife busting windows open, and the police had to let him go because of the coronavirus situation. This was on one of the local pages on Strathroy. And Just Ask Strathroy page here. And I don't know if that's true or not, but why would I think that's not true? That's like a common thing in towns and cities. There's always going to be people that are prone to doing crime. So the other step that you can take is to get one of these. It distributes the load across your door with these metal things. You put these metal things on your door jamb, and then this metal piece goes where the deadbolt goes, right? So then now the person that's kicking your door open has to kick through a piece of metal, and it's pretty much impossible for someone to kick through a piece of metal. So these are just easy, simple, cost-effective ways to harden your doors. Here's the thing that you put on the other side where you can get the cheap version of this, which is like $50, or you can get the expensive version, which is like $100, and then you get a really secure door that like is impossible to kick down. Now this isn't like government proof. It's if you're not obeying social distancing and you have a gathering of more than 5 people and then the police come after you, they're going to be able to get into your house. It's not like a battering ram's going to keep people out. Like it's not to prevent against someone that is really motivated to get in your house. It's just to give you time to be able to call 911 or grab your baseball bat or your staple gun or whatever you got around to scare somebody off. It's just a matter of like one, deterring petty criminals from you, because if you're an easy target, then they'll just go in your house and take your stuff. And if you're not an easy target, they'll move on and they'll go to the next person who is an easy target. So this is just another sort of philosophy that I live by, that is, the government is not going to take care of you. You got to take care of yourself. Sure, I pay my taxes and I enjoy free healthcare. Well, it's not free, you pay for it. And I enjoy the police and the roads and all that stuff. But you got to take responsibility for yourself and your family. And I look at things in terms of risk reward, and the risk of having some random person break into my house is not worth the reward of people not thinking that I'm a little bit nuts by installing extra locks on my doors. I would rather take that risk of people thinking, what's this guy doing installing locks on his doors? Does he think the coronavirus is going to cause riots? No, I don't think that, but sure, that's what people are going to think. So anyway, that's my thinking on hardening your doors and windows. It's just a matter of statistics. There's a lot of burglaries that happen. If you would get a security system in your house, why not add a stopper to your door? It's $30. You get 2 of them, and you put them on the doors, and then you're likely not going to get broken into. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say about that. If you want to see the demonstration of me picking locks, you can start over if you just joined and you didn't see me pick locks. They're so easy to pick, and that's what started this whole thing. I got this lockpick kit on Instagram and realized how easy it was to pick locks. So then I started to think about home security a little bit more than just having a security system. So I got a couple of people saying stuff here. I'm going to read that, and then that's going to be it. It's just going to be a short video to explain why I'm putting these things on my doors. So Mitchell said, only thought is how it may affect firemen like myself from making forced entry if the need was ever there. Food for thought. Yeah, that is a good point. You can always get like a battering ram, right, and smash in through the door. What else is the solution there? I guess I'll have to. If you think about this the way that Europeans live, most Europeans have really secure doors. In Europe, most doors are made of like metal, and they've got multi-point locks. So it's not just one little lock that goes into a piece of pine. It's like 3 locks, one at the top, one at the middle, one at the bottom, and then sometimes even front and top and bottom as well. Like a little bar sticks out like this into the ceiling and the door. And Europe is like, European doors are strong. European doors you cannot break into. So there's got to be some process that firemen in Europe use, because over here doors are made for weatherproofing and cheapness. Like, North American doors are meant to be easy to make, cheap, and heat and cold efficiency. That's what they focus on. They don't focus on security. So there's a lot of places in the world where doors are made tough, and they're made for someone not to be able to bust in. But I mean, that is a good point. So I think there's probably, like, firemen probably have tools to get into people's houses, and these things that I'm talking about right now, it's not going to stop somebody determined from getting in. It's just meant to deter the common petty criminal to like realize that you're not an easy target and they should go somewhere else, because it's going to take them 15-20 minutes to get into the house, and that's going to, like, people are going to be aware that there's some guy trying to break into your house if he's sitting there for 15 minutes booting the door open. Lee says that the feds say that 32% unemployment rate is possible in the U.S. Yeah, that's true. That's what the Federal Reserve said a week and a half ago. Trump said he thought markets would be back to normal by like June, while at the same time printing $6 trillion to try to stabilize the markets. But at 3.2 million jobless claims went in this last week. And that's the most significant rise in U.S. jobless claims in history, even more than the Depression. So that's why they're printing $6 trillion to sort of keep people afloat. But the Federal Reserve, which is the central bank of the United States, did say that they forecast that there could be up to 30% unemployment. Now, we're at record low unemployment in the U.S., but the unemployment rates are bullshit anyways, because once you fall off the list, they just don't count you anymore. So if you stopped looking for a job because there's no jobs available for you, they don't even count you in the unemployment numbers. So the real unemployment rate is estimated to be much higher than the actual like 3% or whatever that they were saying before, because of the fact that they're just juicing the numbers to make it look good for the economy, saying that there's only 3% unemployed, when if you're so unemployed that you can't get a job and you just gave up on it, then you don't count as unemployed anymore, which is stupid. So the real unemployment rate is like 10% minimum. So 30% is a high-end estimate. It could be true. But you know what, actually, I'm going to give people a positive message to end this with. There's an interview I watched today on YouTube by this Canadian guy from Vancouver. And if you go on YouTube and you search, let me see this guy's name. Jeff Booth. So he wrote a book recently, and he was doing an interview with Real Vision, and it's free on YouTube. I just did it March 24th, and he made a really interesting case for technology getting us out of all this situation economically, because he thinks that, well, anyway, you should watch the video. Just search Jeff Booth, and then it'll be the one that he did recently. But he wrote a book, The Price of Tomorrow, and he talks about how all this printing that's going on right now is going to end up costing our children, because somebody's got to pay for all this money that's being printed. This money doesn't exist, so it's future taxation that's going to pay for all this money printing, and they're inflating the supply of money, and they're going to tax it back on the future generations. So it's not like free money that's coming out. It's like our kids are going to pay for this. And, you know, if you think about how the boomers are looked at right now by the Gen Zs, a lot of people don't like boomers and the Gen Z generation because they think boomers got everything, and, like, you know, that's going to be us in 20, 30 years. It's going to be like the what are they going to be called? The kids growing up now, the Gen Q, quarantine generation or something. They're going to be looking at us millennials, elder millennials, when we're like 60 years old, being like, look at those stupid millennials. They printed $10 trillion in 2020, and now we have to pay for it with our taxes. So, yeah, the money gets paid for by the future generations. And anyway, Jeff has a really interesting theory on why quarantines, Lee said, yeah, Generation Q quarantines. The technology will bring the cost of things down super cheap, so that we won't have to keep making more money, and that, you know, universal basic income won't even really be needed, because the cost of things will go down so much that we'll just have to restructure values of money in society. And I mean, if there's a time in history that could happen, it's now, because technology is bringing things down to super efficient cost. You look at, like, he gave the example of YouTube and Amazon and Google. Like, Amazon, you started off getting Prime subscription, and then their technology and their network effect grew so big that then you also got all their music, and then you also got all their movies, and now you get, like, game service and all this stuff, and it's all the same cost. So Amazon technology was able to bring down the cost of a lot of things. Google's the same way. There's no cost to Google except for, you know, the theoretical cost of your data being sold. But Google searches are free, YouTube is free, all this stuff is free, and technology ends up making things cheaper. So, like, solar panels and solar energy is cheaper than producing oil. Like, the ability to get oil out of the ground costs a lot of money. But once the solar panels and the batteries are built, the cost of generating energy from the sun is zero. So technology will bring about deflation in prices, which means that things will get cheaper, and we're already kind of seeing that right now with the price war with oil and the oil price war with Saudi Arabia and Russia. I mean, Alberta's getting destroyed right now because their economy is so reliant on oil, but Russia has said they can stomach $10 a barrel oil for like 10 years. And now oil is like $20 or something like that. And the cost of producing the oil in the U.S., the shale, is like $60. And, countries like the U.S. and provinces like Alberta that are reliant on oil are kind of like fighting this battle against deflation, against technology, bringing the cost of things down. Like my dad posted a picture yesterday or the other day about 66 cents gas. Like he filled up his truck with 66 cents a liter gas. That's just the lowest price I can remember seeing gas that's in my life. And technology should do that. Technology should bring the cost of things down. But because we have this obsession with profits and money and like number go up, like we want to see the numbers go up, it doesn't really relate with value, because a house is a house. It doesn't mean like whether your house costs $80,000 or $1 million. That's just a market thing. That's not really like a value thing. Your house is your house, right? So the dollar value of things is at a whack because the central banks and the governments of the world have this target of like inflation, which they want to see 2% a year inflation. So they're targeting 2% rise in prices. And that creates a situation where they need higher paying jobs, and you have to see minimum wage go up, because otherwise, they're trying to raise prices of things. But technology should bring things down. So the other alternative is universal basic income, which is what we're seeing right now. $2,000 a month just dropped into your bank account. Where does that money come from? None of it matters, right? The money, it doesn't matter. So we should, according to Jeff Booth, who's like a really successful entrepreneur, we should just allow technology to come down, to bring prices of everything down. We shouldn't have this need to give everybody all this like minimum wage. We should just get rid of the inflation in prices, because it's not natural anyways. And we shouldn't be printing tens of trillions of dollars, because it doesn't logically make any sense. That there's going to be like, by the time this is done, there's going to be 30 or 40 trillion dollars of debt. And it's just a joke, because we all know that that's never going to get paid back. The $30 trillion is debt that's owed by the government, by the U.S. government. But we know it's never going to get paid back. Everybody knows it's never going to get paid back. All the governments know that's not going to get paid back. All the private banks know that's not going to get paid back. The central banks know it's never going to get paid back. And now that we're printing $6 trillion, it's just obscene. It just really, we're at an inflection point now where we're going to switch to either debt doesn't matter, money is debt, and it's just a concept, or deflation and technology should take over, and we should stop interfering in these markets where technology is going to actually lower prices. So anyways, I guess that's a positive note. Some of the people tuning in right now are like, what the hell is he talking about? This video says something about roving bands of armed robbers, and he's talking about deflation and inflation. Just start over. I'm going to end this soon, and then you can start over and you'll get it. You'll get a good demonstration of me how easy it is for me to pick locks. So anyways, that's the reasoning behind why I think it's smart to harden your doors and windows, and why you should just enjoy the free money while it's coming. And why you should think about taking care of yourself and not thinking about how the government's going to take care of you. Sure, pay your taxes and take advantage of all the social services that you get, but you should also take precautions and take care of yourself, because they're not gods, these people that are creating money. They're just people. They're just greedy people that are just making money literally for themselves. What's up, Dave? Alrighty. And as always, you should buy a little Bitcoin. $50 a month doesn't help. It doesn't hurt. No matter what the price, set yourself a target. Bitcoin's going to gain from this in the end. It's going to be one of the assets that end up gaining from the unlimited money printing that the Federal Reserve is doing right now. So thanks for watching, and I'm tempted to give one more try at this lockpick before I go. Okay, I'm gonna do one more try at the lockpick. Let's see, what tool should I use? This one? Okay. You can bail if you already saw me. I'm just gonna try the lockpick again one more time. I'm gonna use, oh, that one's good. It's got a hook on it. Hooks are great for lockpicks, I guess. So that was the premise of this video, just to show you how easy it was to pick locks, and that's what got me on this kick of hardening the doors and windows. Let's see here. I'm jiggling around with the lock. No, this isn't the right one. I gotta get a different one. Cindy says, where can I buy some Bitcoin? Friend of mine runs bullbitcoin.com. That's a good spot, bullbitcoin.com. I recommend them. They're Canadian. They're a good Bitcoin exchange. Oh, look at that one. It's a butt plug pick. Let's try the butt plug pick. Okay, here we go. Sorry if there's any kids watching. No, this one's not going to work. Oh, wait. I can't believe how easy it was the first time I did it. I did it on cue, and it literally, like, popped right open. Maybe I was using the wrong end of the stick. You just got to jiggle it. bullbitcoin.com. B-U-L-L bitcoin.com. No, that's not it. Okay, I'll try this one. So I guess when I need it to be easy, it's not easy. Well, actually, that's not true, because I did it at the very beginning, and it popped open like super quick. Just like I said it would. Okay, let's try this guy. Hello, everyone who's tuned in to watch me pick a invisible lock that I got on Instagram. Oh. I got nothing to prove to you. I already did this successfully the first try. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. But now I gotta do it. There. I think. Yeah. No? Feels like it's working. I didn't see it one on. What are you saying, Dave? Come on, he says. I didn't see it. Come on. Yeah, I don't know what happened. It must be the picky thing I'm using. I must be using the wrong picky thing. Somebody, if someone's a lockpick expert, can you tell me which picky thing to use? I should have read the Chinese instructions. I did it twice. I did it with this one too, the real lock. I did the fake lock that they sent me, which is actually a real lock, and then I did the real lock. But I lost my touch pretty quick. I would not make a good petty criminal. Oh, there we go. There we go. See? Lock picked. Hello, Virginia. You missed it. I'm picking locks to show people how easy it is to pick locks. There. Boom. See? It is easy. Once you get the handle, you just got to warm up a little bit. Yeah, once you warm up a little bit and you get the touch, it's just like really easy. Look, I'll do it with my eyes closed. Just got to feel the pins. Okay. There we go. I did it. Yeah. So anyways, any idiot can pick a lock. You should definitely consider installing a security system just for peace of mind, and also put a door stopper on. Okay? That's it. Thanks for watching.